Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to do something a little different. It's funny how this hasn't happened before, but with the synchronicities in my life, the things that have been happening, now is the time. So I want to talk to you about your highly sensitive children and understanding them deeply and completely. Watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notification when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Just a reminder, if you're a Patreon member or not, you can join here. The videos and the exercises on this lesson will be in the Patreon after this is live. So, we are talking about highly sensitive kids. I gotta tell you, I love how timing and the universe works. I love how there's a call, and if you're in alignment, you're going to be there to answer. And I had this calling on my heart about a month ago. It wasn't even that long ago. And I told a friend, I said, I'm really feeling called to the children. And I really feel like they need a voice. And they need a voice that deeply understands things they can't even articulate yet. And I started thinking about how this is truly my inner child's work, because me as a little child with spiritual gifts and super high sensitivity, with no one to understand me, and a school system that didn't get it, and a family that was confused, I needed someone to be the mouthpiece to my parents, to my teachers, for my own heart. And I felt deeply misunderstood. I misunderstood myself. I blamed myself for being weird and different and misunderstood because I couldn't understand what I was even trying to say. And so I put that out in the universe and said, I'm ready to be here for the kids. And I'm not kidding you guys. Within only 2 weeks, 3 of my clients have either asked me to coach their child, told me about their child, and after speaking and saying, I'm open for this, have signed on, or told me a scenario that they have to do that day. And I guided them through that. And they said, could you coach her? So this has happened 3 times in 2 weeks, and I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. And I'm really excited. I used to coach teenagers. Well, usually it's always my clients' children or my former clients' children, because the children see what's happening to their parents, or the parents see what I'm doing and want me to help the little ones because they don't have the dialogue yet, or the depth of the understanding of the articulation. But also, sometimes kids don't want to listen to their parents. They want a third party to come in and mediate and help them and have them be their own person. And so I'm so excited to tell y'all that this is what I'm doing. I'm here to save the children. But the highly sensitive kids, like I was, who are deeply misunderstood by this system, by the world in many ways, need our help, because they are actually here to be the change. They are actually going to be the heart center leaders that are equipped with high sensitivity for this reason. And too often I see the medical industry trying to drown that out with medications, try to shame that out. School system tries to shame it out with disorders or disabilities. It's not the case. Being a 7-year-old that was diagnosed with attention deficit and put on Ritalin, I will tell you right now, it wasn't me that was the issue. It was the school system that couldn't understand me. And when there's only one way of learning, a lot of people are going to grow up with some uncertain identity, some self-doubt, some feelings of not belonging, being left out, or being different and not understanding why, when they don't think there's anything wrong with them until society tells them that there is. Highly sensitive kids have neurodiversity. Highly sensitive kids are highly creative thinkers. Highly sensitive kids are sensitive to their environment, which makes them have attention deficits when there's a disharmony in the environment or there's too much stimulation. This is not a disorder or deficit. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you might disagree, and that's fine. In my book that I wrote, I talk about the attention is being dialed to a higher dimension. Highly sensitive kids are dialed in so many ways that it's really uncomfortable. When I was a kid, I couldn't wear the color red. The color red hurt me. And if you think about that, that's your root chakra. My family was disordered. I couldn't wear red. I couldn't wear anything but sweatpants, which is kind of what I do now by choice. But I wasn't comfortable. I couldn't wear socks that had the seam in the top. It had to be in the front. It had to be on the top because it would bother my toes. I had such a sensitive, I forgot what they called it at the time, but it was like this sensory disorder. But it's not a sensory disorder. I'm highly sensitive, right? So it's really important to me too that one of my new clients, the new kids, I'm teaching already through email, we haven't met yet, how her sensitivities are literally her gift. And when they're misunderstood by certain people, don't share it, right? Let me help nurture that in you. Let me help develop that in you so that you don't have to be disempowered because no one understands your freaking abilities. You can be empowered and you can be an individual and you can have a specific autonomy where you know your purpose early on in the world. Not because you're trying to shift yourself to fit in, but you're becoming yourself to create your own lane like I did. Or maybe your own way of doing an already created lane. Like maybe you're just a highly sensitive doctor and you actually are different with your patients. You have different things and holistic approaches and whatever it may be. Or maybe you're a scientist and you just think different, so you need a different environment to do your work. Whatever it is, I want these kids to understand that there's nothing wrong with them because they're not like everybody else. It's not like, oh, you're a special case. It's not that either. It's like you are different and we need to honor all the differences so that we don't grow up thinking there's something wrong with us. So we don't grow up thinking my emotions are overwhelming and I just want to numb out because I don't want to feel. These kids need to feel to do their healing work. They need to feel to heal. They need to be real about how they feel so they can heal. We don't need to walk around with thousands of people in my emotional rehab course because they don't know the true self because they've buried the emotion or if they've had trauma that's unhealed. Thank God, many of my adult students who've done the course remember their true self quite easily because it's never been totally let go of. Highly sensitive people just bury it a little bit to feel safe. So we have these tools that we can use so that these kids don't have to bury their truth. They don't have to question themselves. They don't have to feel bad about themselves. They can say, oh, this person might not understand me, but I understand me. And now my parents, if you're working with me, my parents understand me. And therefore, they'll make sure the world gets me, right? I have a place in the world. I was born perfect for my purpose. Even though my perfect purpose might not be in this system yet, it's in the world, or you wouldn't have been created the way you are. So I want to mention this. These kids need specific mirroring. They need to know that what they are is okay, is not wrong, is not bad. So many young adults have come to me over the last decade feeling like there's something bad about them because they were misunderstood so much that they made the misunderstoodness by people their fault too. There must be something wrong with me that I'm not understood. No, there's not. You're just different. There's an influx of highly sensitive, heart-centered, spiritually minded, gifted children coming into the world to be different because the world needs to be different, number one, right? You're different to make a difference. But also we're in an Aquarian age. So the influx of ADHD kids, I've known this for decades. This is going to happen because their attention must be dialed to a higher dimension so that they're not stuck in this system and repeats itself and repeats itself. So you have to understand this. Hopefully I'll get my book done soon. I've been way too freaking busy, but it will be all in there. In the meantime, I'm here for the kids. They need to understand their deeper mission. They need to understand the truth of who they are. And they need to know that they don't have to walk around being 10 years old and depressed or 13 years old and confused about who they are. They can actually figure it out now so that they can go to school, to their sports, to their activities and thrive because they love who they are from the inside out. And now, if your kid's working with me, we will bring you in as well to have this connection, to have this into me you see, to have this beautiful, authentic connection that thrives, that goes beyond what society says is okay. We need to have emotional mirroring going on. Emotional mirroring, telling everyone how to validate everybody else and having conscious communication. This is my goal. I'm so excited about it. There's going to be a link in the bio down there in the description of this video if you want to check it out, what I do. I do the thing with the kids is similar to the adults, 30 minutes or 50 minutes. It's all over Zoom, doesn't matter where the hell you are in the world. It's available to you. Also, teenagers are available to take my emotional rehab course. It starts June 1st, but I've had teens take it. I've had their parents take it. It's lovely. Teens can take the course. Nothing younger than teens for emotional rehab. So that's that. I'm working on a kids course. I'd love all the parents' info on what it is you need because I want to put it all in there for you. You and your kid can do it together. So I wanted to bring that up. It's been so special to just have this so synchronistic and so aligned for me and my clients and their kids. So I want to extend it to you. I hope this serves you well. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'm always here to communicate over Instagram. I adore you guys. Please share this with at least one other person if you feel called. And I'll see you soon.